Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Heat Ray Vision podcast. Tonight I got myself Hector. With me, I got Hav.
Yo.
Mario.
What's up?
And we got a special guest in the house.
Special.
Eradu.
Yo. A.K.A. Rararu. No, I'm joking.
All right.
You always do that.
Yeah. Rararu. We have a special guest, Everardo, man, also known as Eradu.
If I'm not mistaken, the last time he was on the podcast was Everything Everywhere All at Once, right? Or
I think so.
Did you review another one after that?
I think that was.
I think that was the last one, man. I think that was the last one. But I mean, it's good to have him here because he loves John Wick just like all of us. He's seen them all. He knows what the heck's going on. So I figured, you know what? Come on in, man. But before we get into it, guys, you guys can listen to us anywhere on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and even on YouTube. Follow our socials at Heat Ray Vision Podcast or go to heatrayvisionpodcast.com. You're going to see all of our socials, all of our links and stuff. And yeah, we're going to be reviewing John Wick Chapter 4. And yeah, man, this movie is crazy. But before we get into it, guys, we have a couple questions. I did make sure to follow our Instagram, guys. I do a bunch of polls. I do a bunch of questions. If you want to ask questions, be featured on the show, make sure you guys do that. So yeah, I got a couple questions right here with us. So from Sheldon, he says,
"Hey, from last week."
Yeah,
nice.
Last week. How do you guys feel about the writers on the Netflix Gears of War film?
Oh yeah, they're making a live action Gears for Netflix.
Yeah.
I saw that, man. I don't know, man. I'm worried about that.
Hey man, Dave Bautista trying to be on that shit, bro.
I know, bro. He's been, bro, ever since Gears 5 came out, like in 2019.
They said he's the writers of the show?
The writers. Who was it? Geek? Yeah, look it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me look it up.
Yeah, we'll look that up in a bit. But with Gears of War, man, I love Gears of War, man. I grew up with Gears of War. I love the fucking franchise. Gears of War 4 started going slowly, declining for me. Gears of War 5 is a good game, but the story is like all right. And to make it a movie, I don't think it can't be a movie, man. It's got to be a show.
When I first heard of it, it was just them announcing they were doing something with Gears of War. I thought it was going to be a TV show. I didn't know it was going to be a movie.
Yeah, well, no, the rumors was that it was going to be a movie and that Dave Bautista, he wanted to play as the main character, Marcus Phoenix. And, like, would it be cool to see a live action Gears of War? Fuck yeah. But for a movie, I don't know. For a movie, like, I feel like it could be a show. You know what I mean? Because just as there's a lot that happens in the first game, and there's 5 games total. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do? 5 movies, or like you could just do a series or something. Yeah. But then again, with shows, I feel like they're not gonna have a high enough budget. You know what I mean? That's my worry too. Like the budget, dude.
Yeah.
Because we're here with the enemies. You need CGI with the enemies here, man.
For real?
Yeah, because they're monsters and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I pulled it up. The dude who was hired to write the Netflix Gears of War. Well, I should confirm that it's going to be a movie, not a show.
No, I was saying I wanted it to be a show.
Oh, I thought you were wondering which of the two it was.
No, I want it to be
Gotcha.
a show.
So the person that they hired to write the show or the movie, I mean, is I'm gonna butcher their last name, but it's John Spites or Spates. I don't know how you pronounce his last name. And in his filmography, he has written the movie Prometheus. Which was
seen that one.
That was the prequel to Alien or something like that.
Yeah.
The Alien movie.
Oh, okay.
He also wrote the first Doctor Strange movie.
Ooh.
Yeah. He also wrote the movie Passengers. That was the one with Chris Pratt and the girl from Hunger Games, and they were up in that spaceship.
Oh, I seen that. I enjoyed that movie.
I haven't seen it.
He wrote that, and he also wrote Dune.
Which I heard is good. We haven't seen it yet.
I need to watch it.
And Dune Part 2, which is coming out this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to see Dune. I still haven't seen it.
I want to watch Dune too, because the second one comes out this year, but he wrote both Dune movies. Okay. So that's just a few of the movies that he's written. And so he was the one that signed on to write.
Well, I heard Dune is really good. Obviously Doctor Strange. I like Doctor Strange.
The first one's really good, yeah.
I think, like I said, it goes back to my concern is like the CGI, bro, like and the budget, right? Because let's be real, like I'm not gonna lie, Gears of War as a franchise, the video game franchise, has been declining, man, declining heavy after Gears of War 3, and not many people are playing it anymore, just because there's such a skill gap. You know, everything nowadays is multiplayer games. You know, multiplayer. So with Gears of War, it's a huge skill gap. I mean, Mario, you've experienced playing Gears of War as a newbie. What would you say, like the skill gap? What would you say about like? Yeah, about the skill gap in the game.
It's not just about aiming. It's really about mastering the movement. If you can master the movement, you don't even need the best aim.
Right.
If I'm being honest with you, it's like how you move, when to do it, and what scenarios.
But do you see, like, you as a new person, when you played, you were getting smoked. Like, like you really have to dedicate yourself to it
to get better.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not an easy game. So that's why I feel like many people didn't really care and stuff. But the story's fire. You know, Gears of War 4, like I said, that's where it started going a little bit downhill and stuff. But that's because they switched developers. Because from Gears of War 1 through 3 and then Judgment, it was Epic Games. And then they dropped it. And then another developer came in and took over Gears, and they made Gears of War 4 and then 5, the Coalition. And obviously I want to see a live action. I'm just worried about it, man. I'm not having my hopes up. Is it going to be like The Last of Us? Nah, I don't think so.
But now you see the writer's history. What do you think? You have higher hopes for it?
I mean, yes, but it goes back to like the budget. You know what I mean? If Microsoft already sees that Gears of War, not many people are playing the game, they're going to be like, why do people really give a fuck about a show? They're going to be like, They're going to limit their budget. They're not going to give them that much of a budget. And I feel like you need the most highest budget to do the CGI, because sure, with The Last of Us, you could get away with it, right? You could get people just put makeup and stuff. But these motherfuckers, you're not going to put them in costume because they're genuine. They're like actual monsters. You're not going to just put someone in a fucking suit that looks like that. It's going to look weird, like weird shit, you know?
Okay.
So we just got to see it. We just got to see about that. Next question is from Steoer. I'm gonna just call you Steo, bro. He says, "Have y'all watched Taxi Driver 1976?"
Taxi Driver.
I think I know what
That's
movie.
Robert De Niro, right?
I
haven't seen
Javi,
that one.
bring up like the poster for the movie. I'm pretty sure I've seen this movie.
Taxi Driver. I believe. Yep,
Yeah.
it's
Let me
the
see.
Taxi Driver. That's the Robert De Niro movie.
Yeah, that movie was. I liked it.
Yeah. So okay, Robert De Niro. Right. Quick
Yeah.
recap. So Robert De Niro. Taxi Driver is a movie starring Robert De Niro, who's been in a bunch of movies. I'm sure if I show you the dude's face, like you'll be like, oh, that guy.
Okay.
This actor.
Okay.
Yeah, we've seen him in
Yeah.
we've seen him in a bunch of movies, right?
Uh-huh.
So Taxi Driver is a movie that came out 1976. It was written not written, I guess it was just directed by Martin Scorsese.
Who's that?
We've mentioned this guy before outside of the podcast. He's that guy. He's like a really well-known, famous film director. This dude mostly makes mob dramas, like mob movies and stuff like that. And he's the guy who famously said that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is just amusement rides for people who go see it and shit.
Oh, yeah.
He was that
yeah.
motherfucker.
Okay.
He's known as like the most legendary filmmaker alive right now. This dude is old as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
This guy is 80.
Damn.
And he's still making movies, bro. But yeah, Martin Scorsese is a legendary actor. And this movie, Taxi Driver, funny enough, is actually, the plot is very similar to Todd Phillips' Joker.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Todd Phillips said that his inspiration for making Joker was Taxi Driver and another movie called The King of Comedy. Which is funny because I looked up just like, I didn't watch the movies, but I looked up like the synopsis, like what was the movie about for both of them. And literally it was like, it's literally the plot of Joker.
Oh, okay.
It's like Taxi Driver, mix that with King of Comedy. If you were to fuse them, you get Joker. Literally, like the plot is the same. I haven't personally seen Taxi Driver, but I've heard it's fire.
It is.
And Robert De Niro, like a lot of people know the famous Robert De Niro saying. Ever heard the when people make an impression of him, of that actor, they go, "You talking to me?"
Oh,
You
that
talking to
guy.
me?
Yeah, I know what that is.
So that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
actually that line. Are you talking to me? I'm the only one here. You talking to me? That line is
Right.
from this movie.
Okay.
Yeah. And I guess the movie's about a guy who's a taxi driver in New York who
Gotcha.
is about like it deals with his mental illness and he
Yeah.
slowly loses his mind. He starts hallucinating shit. See how it sounds very Joker?
Yeah.
That's why. But I haven't seen
Damn.
it, but I would love to.
Bro, the only reason I saw that movie is because when I was taking classes at college, I had one of my electives was film. I was like, fuck it, I like movies. I'm gonna choose this, right? It's my
Mario
elective.
got an elective of film.
Yeah, that's what an elective. That was an elective,
I
right?
like
So I was like, fuck it, it's an elective.
If there was an
Yeah,
elective
make
for twerking, he'd sign up. Sign me up.
No, but that was the name of the class, right? It was like film studies, something like that. And
Beyond that.
every now and then the professor would put on a movie, right? And one of the movies was that. And he said, well, have you guys seen The Joker? I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that movie.
Oh,
Good
okay,
as fuck.
okay.
He's like, if you watch this movie, you're going to see a lot of elements of The
Yeah.
Joker. And so
Yeah.
we watched it in
You know
class. And
I'm
bro,
sorry, bro.
it's facts. You literally, if you were to watch it, you're like, yo, this is literally giving me
All
Mad
right, so
Joker vibes.
did you like the movie?
Yo, I loved it.
So 10. What would you rate it? Just for my boy Steve. What would you rate it?
I'll give that a 10, bro. That
10?
shit was Shit was good.
You know what's funny is that Javi never seen this movie, but he knows what the fuck going on. Like,
yeah, I know.
What the hell?
Yeah, I know about it.
That's impressive, man. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, man. So Mario's seen it. He gave it 10 out of 10. Javi and we haven't seen it. Everardo, have you seen it? He's shaking his head. He's eating pizza right now.
Be professional. Eat off the podcast. No, I'm joking.
All right, so next question, man. We got Luis, man, the mailman.
Oh, shit. Luis is back.
Yeah, Luis. He says, probably all late, but The Boys review would be dope as fuck. Best superhero show out there. And so, with
Best
that, man.
superhero show.
Hey, man, that's what he said. Hey, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Well,
There
I mean,
there
it's
you
up
go.
there.
I'm just trying to think of any.
Wait, that's Metro Boomin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Already
Come on. Just because Metro Boomin sampled them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with The Boys, I mean, you guys seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it, Luis. I do plan on it. I plan on seeing it. And the review would definitely come out. It will definitely come out. Not on Heat Ray Vision. Like I said, Luis, I don't think we haven't announced it yet. About
No.
should we or should we just? Or should we
I'll
do it
leave that up
later?
to you, bro. What do you think?
Wait.
Uh-oh.
What?
Was it
Wait, what is
Robert?
it? What, bro?
Oh, he said wait.
Wait to announce it. All right, guys. Yeah, okay. We're gonna wait for announce it just because we have some technical difficulties going on. Remember with Apple and stuff. But okay, that's a long story. Whatever. But it will come. All right. That review will come. I will see it for the first time. We'll talk about it and stuff. But unfortunately, it won't be on HRV. It'll be somewhere else. And just stay tuned, man. I mean, Luis, you probably already know, but for everyone listening, just stay tuned. Okay, so then the next one is from Xeon. I think it's Xeon.
Oh,
I'm gonna say Xeon.
yeah. Him.
I think it's Xeon, man. I'm gonna just say Z. My
Isn't it
boy
with
Z.
isn't it with an I?
Yeah, Z I.
I always pronounce it Zion.
It's Zion.
Zion, but like nobody's name. Like I don't know. Call someone like, hey, Zion. I feel like Zion. Like Zion.
There's an NBA player named Zion.
Oh, for real.
Yeah.
There's a town that's called Zion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like as a name though.
What? Why does that
I'm
make
gonna call
any
you
difference?
Z, bro.
That makes no difference.
Hey,
in
I'm gonna say
pronunciation.
shit, bro. I'm gonna call
That's
you
just
Z.
say, that's just say, hey man. It's like, oh, there's a town called Mario. It's like, oh, but there's a dude named Mario. Oh shit.
No, bro, come on though. Like I feel like Zion sounds better.
Okay,
Zion. Like,
Sure.
We'll just call you Z, bro. No, he knows what's
Z
up.
for zero.
So yeah, he actually, So he asked, how do you guys meet each other?
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Well,
Yeah,
I'll
'cause-
start off with me and Hector. All right, so one night,
Oh my!
We already know he's gonna say something crazy, man.
no,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say something fruity, but it's
know
too
you
late
are.
now.
We saw that.
We know.
Saw that
We
coming,
know,
bro. No, but no, yeah, because
That's funny.
he just asked me like, well, he asked again through the poll thing, but he individually messaged me and he says, "Yo, Hector, man, how do you know Javi and Mario?" And I'd be like, "Hey, man." I said, "Wait for the next episode. We gonna answer it." I didn't want to answer it right
You're
there,
gonna have
bro.
to
Like, what the fuck?
slide over to the podcast,
Right.
okay?
So with Mario and then same with Everardo, I mean I've known them since I knew of them in middle school, but it wasn't until high school where we started getting a lot closer and stuff. Everardo I knew of in middle school, and then I got close with him our sophomore year, so we were like 16. And then Mario, I knew Mario once again. I just knew of him in middle school through a mutual friend, and then during junior year, I think when Fortnite first came around, that's when like how we got close.
That's when we got real close, yeah.
I mean, yeah, and then this dude like, remember how like I asked for your game? Oh, like yeah, bro, what's your
My
gamer
PSN,
tag? You're like, oh
yeah.
yeah, here, bro. He gives me his gamer tag, but bet, bro, we can hop on or what's up, right? And he never added me back. And I'm like, and I ignored it, right? I ignored it like 2-3 months later. I ignored it. Then I'm like, and I remembered. I'm like, Mario, what the fuck, bro? Why didn't you add me back, bro? He's like, oh, it's because I don't have a PS4. I'm like, what? Yeah, bro, it's my brother's, bro. He went to college and he took it with him. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, so how are we gonna play? No, man, sorry, man, we can't. Yeah. So me, I'm like, Mario, so what do you do? He's like, well, I just go home and just watch Netflix, YouTube. Like, I'm like, damn, bro, like, what the fuck? You can't even game?
During the summer I could, bro. But nah, dude, I was genuinely okay with that, bro. Like, you don't understand. Like, with you, bro, I told you this before. I was like, bro, like, before you, honestly, bro, I was like perfectly okay, like, being by myself after school.
You were a
like,
homebody.
Yeah, I enjoyed going out because Moy, you remember Moy?
Yeah.
Moy would invite me out to play basketball. I was like, yeah, bro, I'll pull up. Like, come on, I'll play ball, and I enjoyed that too.
But it wasn't like every weekend type stuff.
No, it wasn't like every. It was like every maybe once or maybe twice a month I would play basketball with them.
Yeah.
But no, bro, I was perfectly fine just
with
being
me and
home.
Eduardo, okay, we had another friend. It was like every weekend for us.
Yeah.
Remember that, Eduardo?
Yeah.
He sometimes even during the weekday.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
Yeah, I mean, we'd be just hanging out, like, whatever the fuck, so.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but with Mario, I guess that's what he was doing. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Then at the time, you were working at Kohl's.
At senior year, I got my first part.
Yeah, you bought your PS4.
I bought my
literally
the first, like, my first paycheck, PS4. And now I was like, Hector, I can add you now.
You finally added me after like 5 months, bro.
And he was like, no, Dooley made me download Fortnite, but then I was like, yo, we can play Fortnite, bro. I added you as play, and yeah. You got me my first win.
Yeah, I got him his first win, man. Come on, man. But that's how we essentially we just played Fortnite together, and that's how where it's just snowballed from there, to be honest. But if we want to go even deeper, just a little bit deeper, the only reason why I'm friends with Mario, and he hates me for it, which he would have done the same thing, Zion, bro, or Z, my boy Z, Zion, whatever the fuck, is during gym class. I didn't know anyone, bro. We had there was 4 teachers, 4 different people, whatever. I did not know a single. I'm like, damn, bro, there's no one here. I'm just scouting around. Boom, I see Mario. I'm like, I knew of him from middle school, and that was the last time I spoke to him from middle school to junior year, of fucking high school. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go up to him. So I went up to him like, yo, what's up, bro? He's, oh, what's up, Hector? What up? I'm like, oh yeah, what up, Mario? And then that's where everything else like snowballed and stuff. And Mario hates me for that. He's like, what the fuck? We wouldn't be friends if it wasn't for that. Like, if you knew someone else, you would have gone to them or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck? He would have done the same thing. Tell me now.
I think anybody would have.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Why are you hating on me?
So what? Either way, it's true though.
Like, he's saying if I knew, like, if there was someone else in there
that he knew slightly better. I'm like, slightly, who would you go to? And he was like, the other person. But you know, just slightly, bro. He's like, yeah. I was like, wow, you a bitch, bro.
Because I know him slightly. But listen, Mario, because and it's crazy, but now look at us, bro. Hey, man.
Mario, you sound like you sound like a girlfriend that's
listen, bro. It's the fact. It's the fact that all of this, like my past 4 years hanging out, making memories, has been with him. And if it was just some other motherfucker or some other chick that was there that he just happened to know better, this right here, I wouldn't be here.
That's facts.
Yeah, you'd be somewhere else, probably content there too.
Well, yeah, but like, who knows if I would be happy over there?
Ooh, that's what content means.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, just to word it differently.
I mean, yeah, that's true. And not only that, like, at the time, Mario, he's a good guy, man. You guys know him. Mario's a good guy, sweet guy, all this bullshit, yada, 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 right? So in high school, I'm going to just sum it up, man. I wasn't so sweet. So, and me, I'm like, I need better friends. And so when I met Mario that time, I'm like, yo, you know what? Mario's actually pretty cool. He looks like he could be a good influence on me. So then I kept him around. You know what I mean? So I kept him around and stuff. But like, I feel like that also played a part too. Like if I didn't care about like trying to be a better person and like needing influence, I probably wouldn't like stuck with you. I'd be like, yo, you weird. Like, you lame. Like, I'm out.
He's a bit. You said kept me around.
Like, I'm serious, bro. I know that.
What the fuck? You don't rob people, man?
Yeah. Like, listen, it's like, yo, bro, you don't got a blicky on you? What the fuck
Listen, take that as a compliment, okay? You're a nice guy. I thought you'd be a good influence, right?
Oh man.
And yeah, that's basically what happened. Okay, that's how I met. And then same thing, kind of with Eduardo. I mean,
same story, but just a year earlier.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Same story with Eduardo. You know, I thought he was a nice guy. I'm like, you know what? Keep him around, even though most of the friend group didn't fuck with you.
That's facts.
Should we say it?
Yeah, no, I don't care.
All right, let's say that to fucking Zion. You're getting the exclusive right now, man. You're lucky, man. I'd have to put this on a Patreon or like an OnlyFans.
Yeah, I was gonna say
OnlyFans. On OnlyFans, top secret stories and with the side of Mario's ass cheeks.
It's a podcast. We all naked.
We all.
Hey, and the audience doesn't know it.
Low key, bro. I think, dude, Everardo just created one of the most $1 million like ideas. Imagine like a podcast, like on OnlyFans or fucking Pornhub or whatever, but it was chicks naked, bro, just having a podcast, bro. I'm telling you, that shit would have skyrocketed, man.
Probably, yeah.
Yo, patent that. Go on Shark Tank. Hey, yo, so how about we naked? Hey, everybody knows podcasts. Everybody knows podcasts, but what about, have y'all ever done it naked? I'll give you 3% equity. Where we going?
3%.
Right.
Hey, Mr. Wonderful will be like, hey, he's got a point.
You got a point. You got a point. Anyways, so with Everardo, same thing happened with him. He did the same thing. It was during lunch. I was sitting with Danny and Brian and what our other friends and other people. Everardo didn't really know anyone else, but he knew of us type stuff.
I knew Danny. Me and Danny have been friends since elementary school.
So he did the same thing that I did. Is he decided to come sit with us because he didn't really know anyone else as much. So hate on him. What the fuck? He did the same thing. But anyway, so after that,
but he really knew Danny though.
But listen, whatever. But so after the fact, right? We're hanging out with him. I thought he was pretty cool. I'm like, oh, he's a nice guy. You know, he's doing magic cards and shit. Like,
oh yeah, yeah. Fuck, did I hear about my high school self? That's so cringy.
Everardo was a magician.
Yeah. You said he was doing magic tricks in school, right?
Yeah, type shit. Like
card tricks specifically.
Yeah, like
I'm not bringing the.
I'm the magic and put card tricks make it sound better.
No, because I'm not bringing a big ass hat with me and pulling a rabbit out of it. I'm not doing that shit.
He said, "Watch this." And two pigeons flew away from his backpack. Watch this.
Oh shit, bro!
All you hear is the fucking intercoms. Like, who the fuck brought them pigeons in? Everardo's like, fuck.
He has a pellet of smoke, throws it on the ground. You just keep running.
You just see him running away. Yeah. Oh my god.
Fuck.
That's crazy.
But
Everardo, how we meet, bro? Was it basketball, middle school?
Bro, this was freshman.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about like us, like me and Everardo.
I think we could get on that too with you guys.
It was just basketball with us because we were on the basketball team for middle school. That's how we met. Yeah.
So they met on the middle school. So Mario and Everardo met in the basketball team middle school and stuff. So anyway, so he was a nice guy. I thought I was like, okay, you know, he's cool. So once we left, you know, Danny, Brian, and everyone else was like, yo, bro, this dude weird. Like, get him out. Like, we don't really fuck with him, man. Like, all this different shit. And when Danny comes, we had this convo. Danny, like, he even testifies. He's like, yeah, bro, it's true. But so people in the lunch table wanted to kick out Everardo for whatever reason. Okay.
Well, it's funny because I wasn't even a shitty person. They just
he was.
They just didn't vibe with me. Which I mean is fair. Like, they didn't vibe with me, so it's whatever.
Bro, like, these guys out here talking about, yo, bro, I'm football team, like, I'm getting blah blah blah, weed this, and then Everardo, hey, you want to see a match trick?
So we seem like that.
All right, so,
for real. Hey, you want to see a match trick?
All right, but listen. So that's the part, is the vibe. Okay, it's the vibe didn't really click. So they're like, nah, bro, get him out, whatever. And me, I'm like, nah, like, he's cool. Like, I thought he's pretty cool. He's fun. He's a nice guy. He's not, like, I don't think he's annoying personally. Let's keep him around. Then Danny and Brian's like, nah, bro, you tweaking, man. I'll fuck that shit. And I'm like, no, bro, just give him a chance, bro. Let's see what the fuck. And sure enough, we gave him a chance, and now look,
he's here,
right?
And now he chilling, bro.
And people fuck with him and stuff. And it's just, you know, but yeah, I wasn't a bitch, man, like everyone else. Like, I mean, sure, would I think you were kind of weird?
I mean, like, it was stereotypical stuff at that point. Like, people thought I was a nerd, and it's whatever.
Yes, bro. You know what I mean?
People thought I was a nerd, and that I was weird for that. And so
yeah,
like, whatever.
But with me, I knew Everardo was a nice guy. I knew he was chill and everything. So I'm like, nah, man. Like, let's keep him around. Like, he's cool. Like, he didn't do anything to us. He's nice to us. He's like, what the fuck? Why are we gonna kick him off? Like, for what? I don't know. That's just yeah, bro. And then now, like, Everardo, he's normal now. So. He's normal now.
He's normal. He's met my standards of normality. You know.
Yeah. For real. Now he's one of my best friends, man. And same with Danny and everyone else. And so and then with Hav, real quick, and then I'll let you have how you guys met them. But with Z, bro, me and Hav, we met since like shit, like maybe like 1 year old or something. We're cousins.
We're related.
Yeah, Z, we're cousins, bro. We're the same age. Hobbies are older than me by like what, a month?
A month and a half.
Something like that. So we're the same age. So that obviously we've grown up together. We have like the similar interests, what I think is pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's no
No lore.
Yeah, right. We're just cousins, man.
Our lore is family.
Yeah, so we're cousins. So, Hav, do you want to explain how you guys met? How you met Mario?
I mean, it's pretty simple, dude. Literally, I remember meeting Eradu the first time when I was coming over one day to hang out. This was back when I was probably still working at Wendy's at the time, dude. I was probably maybe 17 years old.
You know where we went?
What happened?
You know where we went that day?
I know where we went. I have a picture of the day I first met you.
Wait, where?
Wait, did we go to Empire the first day we met?
No.
Oh, we didn't?
We
Where
went
did we
to
go?
B-Dubs.
Oh, fuck.
We went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, I thought we went to
Dead
Empire.
ass?
Yes.
Never mind.
Yeah, because like we were coming out. He's like, "Hey man, a friend of mine, Everardo's gonna hang out. Is that cool if he comes through?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man. You know me. I'm like, yeah, dude, it's cool. You can bring your friend." And I'd be like, "Hey, what's up? Oh, I'm Everardo. What's up, dude? I'm Hector's cousin. I'm Javi." He's like, "Oh, cool." And we went to Buffalo Wild Wings because we had planned like we wanted to go out to eat that weekend. And your sister joined us, so it was the four of us eating at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Wow.
And I was texting my mom, and I was like, "Oh, what are you doing right now?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm hanging out with my cousin and with my cousins and my cousin's friend." Like, oh. It's like we're just eating right now, and I was like, "Hey guys, let me take a picture from my mom," and I took a photo of the three of y'all,
wow.
and that's the photo that I still have of the first day that we had met. We had literally just met like normal. It was just like, "Oh, this is so and so meets so and so."
Makes sense.
Same thing with Mario. The same thing. It's like, "Hey man, my friend's gonna be chilling at my house. Name is Mario. Like, is that cool? Yeah, man, it's fine. I'll be there in 5." And when I got here, same thing. "What's up, Mario?" "Oh, I'm Mario. I'm Hav." And from there, it's just kind of like
how
we
with
linked.
Danny. That's what happened with Brian. Yeah.
With Danny, I remember I met him once, dude, but I forget where I met him. I forget the story.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Out of the friend group, Danny's had been my friend for the longest.
Right.
So like I feel like you met him first.
I had met Danny first, but I forget the story of how we first met.
Yeah.
We didn't really start talking until you brought him onto our job. Remember when we started working with us?
Yeah, yeah.
Because there was a point where me and Hector worked at the same job, and you brought Danny in, and that's when I kind of started talking to him more. That's kind of like it was from there really when I started talking to him more.
Okay.
But that's pretty much it. I mean, it was just natural. Like, hey, this is so and so. Like, we just kind of met naturally.
And and that's what I like about Hav, man. And same with you guys too. Like, where, oh, I'm hanging out with Hav. Yo, Hav, is it cool if I could bring my friend? I would be like, yeah, bro, cool, no problem. Same with you guys, but with me, it's a different story. Like if I was like, yo, bro, can I bring so and so? I'd be like, I mean, I don't know, man. Just to me, I don't know, bro.
But also, what I've always given Hector the benefit of the doubt is that Hector's place is where we hang out. So it's like if we want to bring someone new, it's like we're bringing them into Hector's house, and it's a little deeper.
In a fucked up way, he has to get like verified. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
You're allowing someone into your house.
Yeah, no. It
I
takes
mean,
a
that's
lot.
kind of true. Like all the friends that I have, I kind of like vet them to be like, yo, are they cool? Are they not a good influence? Like, what the fuck? What am I gonna do? And if they're not, then I'll just stop being friends with them or whatever the fuck. And then Thiele, another great friend of mine and ours and everything. We met through Mario. Yeah, Mario and Thiele, they're cousins. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how we met. And wow, we've gone so long. What's the time, man?
We're at wait, one more second. 28 minutes.
Fucking
damn.
All right. Well, either way, guys, we're gonna get okay. So if you guys are still here, if you guys are gone, what the fuck, bro? But I mean, if y'all still here, hey, salute to y'all, man.
Hey, shout out to you.
But yeah, we're gonna get into the review, and it's gonna be a bit shorter, just because I know Everardo has places to be, Hav has places to be, so yeah. So
also, spoiler.
Yes, it's gonna be a spoiler review. Spoiler review.
Which I noticed that we are now starting to put spoiler review on the thumbnail of our video, so now people know ahead of time. So I guess technically we don't have to necessarily say it.
That's true, but
it's just a nice
it's like a
people
safety kind of ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
but for sure, bro. All right, so you want to lead it, like ask questions and stuff like that.
Yeah. So okay, John Wick, man, chapter 4.
4. Bro.
All right, that's the end of the review.
What do you say? He's like, this crazy as hell. That shit crazy. Tune in next week, y'all. That shit was crazy as hell, though.
That shit crazy.
Bro, it was crazy. It's next year, 2024, marks 10 years that the first John Wick movie came out. So it's been 9 years since John Wick's been around.
And fun fact, Eradu put me on John Wick.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
he's like, bro, because I think the third one was coming out?
Yeah.
The third one was coming out, and Navarro's like, yo, we gonna see John Wick? I'm like, the fuck is that?
Yeah,
he's like, you never seen John Wick?
It's because
no, man.
Yeah, no, because I think back then I was really into Keanu Reeves movie, and it was like when I was 14 or something. That's when I was kind of getting into like The Matrix and stuff. So I was rewatching those movies. And I was like, oh, what other movies is Keanu Reeves in? And then I was like around that time, and I saw it was like a movie called John Wick. I was like, fuck is John Wick? I'm like, all right, when I watched it, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then the new one started coming out, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
These movies are fucking awesome.
And so, yeah, Ryder put me on, and I saw them both. Yeah, I saw the first two because the third one was coming out. And then the third one we saw together.
In theaters?
Yep.
Yeah, we saw together. And then, was Mario and Hav with us?
No.
For third
No,
one?
I went to go see the third one.
I don't think I was... at the time, I don't think I was close with Mario yet.
No,
No.
because that one... maybe, because that one came... Because the third one came out in like 2018? 2019?
I watched all the John Wick movies these past 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Mario saw all the John Wick movies for the past 2 weeks to prepare for this one.
Like for the first time?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the first time.
Oh, shit.
They've always told me for the longest time, like, bro, you
gotta
watch
get on
John
this
Wick. I'm
fire,
just like,
man.
bro, I've never watched them.
Okay, so that now that you've seen the first three in the last, would you say 1 or 2 weeks or whatever?
Span of 2 weeks, yeah.
In the span of 2 weeks, you saw what did you think of them like as you got to the second one when you finished the first one?
When I saw the first one, it definitely showed the signs of the times. You know what I mean? Because when did that come out? You said 10 years?
14.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm just like, this feels like a movie that came out in 2014.
It
But I
does.
love the premise that
It
this
does
motherfucker...
have that vibe. I'm not gonna lie.
That this motherfucker literally just killed all these Saudis motherfuckers. They killed his dog, fucked up his house and shit. I was like, damn, that's badass. But every movie just got better and better compared to the last one.
I've noticed that every John Wick movie, every future installment, expanded the universe more.
Yeah.
The first movie was it's just a simple premise, like, oh, I'm getting revenge on these Russian assholes, and that was literally it. Then the second movie kind of expands that world a little bit more. Now you find out that Continental Hotel, it's not just in New York, but there's ones around the world. So he goes to the one in Italy, and and he gets involved with shit over there. And then in the third one, he's literally traveling around the world, and then it's just like becomes bigger. So one of the things that I liked about the John Wick movies is how much it expands the lore, and surprisingly, for how much lore and world building these movies do, including this one, the fourth one, there is no source material. This is not based off a comic. It's not based off video games. This is literally
It could be.
But you see, it feels like it, even though it's not. Like, it's not based off anything. This is just being
really
made
good.
with time.
Yeah.
So, like, it's cool because usually when you do that, you might run into continuity errors or things that don't line up. But, like, the world building is flawless, bro. It's just working.
Want to turn the light, Mario?
Yeah, I got it.
But anyways, going off.
Oh yeah, I was just saying that like every movie just did a better job of world building, and you learn more about the world. You learn more about this like assassin agency thing that's going on. You learn about how there's rules to everything, and there's certain things that go into like the killings, and like you just learn more about the world.
Yeah.
And I think by far, bro, this movie, the fourth one, has amplified that to 11. Like it starts to build a lot more stuff onto it and all that, and
it definitely holds up to the other movies, and especially like the third one. I think Mario, before he saw this one, he said the third one was the best one. That's what he said.
And it's true. It's true.
It's one of those instances where like we don't really see a bunch of movies that do well consecutively. There's always like a flop.
Of course,
there's always got to be. But with John Wick,
bro,
there's no flops.
He don't miss. He
hasn't
missed, bro.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's
what the fuck?
Wild.
So let's give a little recap of the ending of John Wick 3. So then we could give a summary for this one. Yeah.
Do you remember how it ended?
I just remember him being betrayed by Winston.
Okay.
He shoots him. He jumps off the room and he shoots him, and apparently he's dead, and he does that in order to become manager again at the hotel. That's all I know. That's all I remember.
No, you're right.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So one thing that's still very important to the ending of John Wick 3 is that the reason all that happened was because we learned excuse me, I'm sorry. Second one, ending of the second John Wick, he becomes excommunicado, which means all ties with the Continental and the higher ups and the high table, all those services are cut off from him, and he's now like up for execution at that point, and they put a contract on him. So then,
which means every single fucking assassin in this agency around the world is after this motherfucker. It's literally you versus the world.
Yeah, bro.
So then the entirety of John Wick 3 is him trying to dodge that, and him trying to get himself not in that position anymore. Sorry. And in the end, a member from the high table comes to Winston and is telling him like, "Yo, what are we gonna do about this? Because if you don't do something about this, we're stripping you of all your shit." And if you if you don't so if you don't help us and go through with this, we're stripping all your shit, and that's what led on to what Hector just said, which was at the end of it, John Wick meets the person at the high table and Winston. They see him and they're like, okay, so what are we gonna do about it? And Winston's like, well, then John Wick has to die if that's the case, because I want to keep my shit. Yeah. So they were like, and then he shoots him off a building.
And then at the end of the movie, obviously we learn that he survived, and they take his body to that one guy. I forgot his name. What was that guy's name?
The Bowery King.
Yeah, we're like, he got
just
cut up.
Just referred to as the king.
The king.
Yeah. Right. And it ends with like, we're gonna get some revenge, like type shit.
Yeah,
you know
that they're gonna go after the high table.
Yeah,
it's funny because I actually rewatched John Wick 3 not too long ago. I like just like Mario, but I was just refreshing my memory on the story, and I actually interpreted the ending a little differently because it seemed like Winston knew that John Wick would survive the fall. It's almost like he.
Oh really?
It's almost like he shot him off the building, but he's like, I know he's gonna survive. So it was almost like he wasn't shooting him to kill him, because if you notice, if he wanted to kill him, he would just shoot him in the head. He knows that suit has Kevlar and it's bulletproof. So maybe he was just doing it to make it seem like, because then later on, that lady, the high table lady, the one that, was like threatening him with all that shit, she's like, some of the security guards went over to the alley and John Wick's body is now gone. And Winston's like, how strange. And she's like,
really, bro?
Yeah. And
Mario, did you catch that?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So that's what I told you.
And he was like, how strange. Like, he was almost like, yeah, that's weird. Like, I shot him though. He fell off a roof.
Damn.
What the fuck?
Okay.
And she's
that
like,
makes sense, bro.
Winston, if I find out, bro, that you out here fucking helping him out in some way, like, it's a wraps for you. And he's like, me? No, of course not. And then he looks over at Lance Reddick's character and he's like, you know,
I forgot about that. I literally thought he betrayed his
about
ass.
that too. Yeah.
I thought so too when I saw the movie, but then after rewatching it, I was like, oh, I think he tried helping him out.
That makes sense why this movie didn't go that way.
Right? Yeah, you see, like,
why
there was no bad beef between them or nothing. Yeah.
That's what I was telling Mario Navarro. I'm like, so like, why isn't John Wick pissed about Winston that he did that? But I guess what you just said, it clears it up. That makes sense. Okay, so then now we're here in chapter 4, and now they want the king. You said, right? That's his name. We're just calling him the king.
Oh, that dude, the slice.
Him and John Wick. They're like, they want revenge on the high table, right? So, essentially, this movie is John Wick. He wants his freedom from the table and everything, and he ends up killing. Who does he kill, man? Like right off the rip from the movie, who does he kill? That one guy.
That was another member of the high table.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Was he the same one from the last movie, or the movie where like he made him chop his finger?
I think so.
Oh, the elder.
Him, yeah.
Then no.
Yeah.
Was that the same guy?
No,
or was it different?
It was a different actor. They recasted him, but in the story, in the script, they made it seem like they replaced him.
Okay.
He was like, your shit is long gone, like the elder before me. Because like you can look at his face, you're like, that's not the same guy from the last movie.
I was kind of confused. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
It was that dude from the sands, right? Yeah. I forgot about that part.
And so John Wick just ends up killing him, and he just wants peace. And then later on through the movie, he's like, okay, there's no way out. John Wick is like, I'm gonna kill them all, or I'm gonna kill the person in charge of the high table, whatever the fuck.
I took it as that he was going to go after the entire high table council.
Yeah, but
that's how I took
it.
That's what he meant.
Yeah, that's what he wanted to do.
Right.
But I think, who was it? Winston?
He talks to Winston. Yeah.
Winston is like, listen, even if you do, they'll just replace him, and nothing will change. You'll still be excommunicado. You'll still be blah blah all this bullshit. Nothing will change. You will not get your freedom. The only way out is through death. Because even if you kill them all, they're gonna replace him. Replace. You're gonna run out of bullets before they run out of men. That's what something along the lines.
He said, and then another person said that they'll replace him before the body's even cold.
Yeah,
type shit. Like, so at this point, John Wick's like, fuck, right? He's like, damn, what the fuck can I do? And so what? Okay, and on top of that, while he's trying to figure that out, obviously the person who was that guy? Was he the middle like the high table? The
Marquis?
Yeah, was he? Or no, was he just like?
I think he wasn't he one of the members of the high table?
I think he's also just one of the members of the high table.
But
he was in charge of getting rid of John Wick, essentially. Okay. Or like he was in charge of that kind of thing.
Yeah, so while John Wick is trying to seek revenge and figuring this out, that's his name, Marquis, or is that the group name?
The Marquis, that was his title. Yeah. His title is the
So he has a full access.
The Marquis Vincent de Gramont. Vincent. So, but they called him the Marquis.
Okay.
And it says, is a powerful member of the High Table whose position is challenged by John Wick. So he was just he was one of the members.
Right, and he has all the access to the High Table, and while John Wick is doing that, he is like, all right, well, typical, right? We got to go kill John Wick. Mm-hmm. And he sends one of his closest friends to go hunt him down. And this motherfucker's Daredevil.
Yeah, right. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you would. He's
a someone. Do you know who Daredevil is?
Yeah, I know what Daredevil.
Okay, he's some Daredevil shit. Motherfucker, you expect me to believe this man out here like shooting and blading and stuff while blind? Like, what the fuck going on? Like, and I like the little gadgets he used.
Yeah.
With like the sensors and stuff. That was okay. That makes sense. And sure, you're gonna be like, well, what about Daredevil? Motherfucker, Daredevil's fictional, man. He got radioactive powers in his eyes.
Right,
like,
right.
You know what I mean? It's different.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be like
real.
And then to be fair, they got bulletproof fucking suits.
Yeah.
Right, where John Wick just constantly
tuxedos and shit.
Yeah, right. But whatever. Okay. To me, I thought that was cool. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Then we learn, like, oh, the reason he's essentially forced to take this deal to go hunt down his close friend.
They threaten his daughter.
You're right. They threaten his daughter. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, damn. And that's what I like, too. And I think you mentioned this, too, Hav. And I think you mentioned this in a Shazam review where you said you like stories where you could understand the villain. You know what I mean? Their motive and stuff. And this is like another perfect example. Like he's a villain, sure, because he's hunting down John Wick, but you understand, man. Like they're threatening to kill his daughter, so it's like,
which I didn't even realize. Well, first time watching the movie, I didn't even realize that his daughter was that girl that was playing the violin.
Low key, I was kind of confused too, but then I made it the connection. Like, oh, okay, so like when he was looking at well, not really looking because he's blind, right? But what he thought, right, is like you see the picture of her and you see the girl violin. I thought that was just background music, and I was like, that girl looks similar, but I was like, hey, they look similar, but hey, I don't. Am I a bitch for that or like what? Oh my god! But later on, they confirm it where the Marquis, he's like, you almost got too close to her. You almost put her in danger. And I'm like, what the? Oh, he's talking about when he was listening to her violin shit. You know what I mean? So that's where I pieced it together. I'm like, okay, that's the daughter, right? And so yeah, I like his motive, right? I understand that shit. And the fight scenes, man, is raw as fuck, man. His fight scenes.
Are we getting into
Actually,
it?
I just want to say, I don't know why, but I can't get it out of my head. Which was, it's just like a fun, I don't know, it's just a fun little thing to me. Which is when she's playing the violin, I'm assuming it's like a well-known classical song, but I don't actually know what it is. But that same violin song that she's playing is a different song in The Karate Kid.
Thank you.
With Jaden Smith.
I have no idea.
Wait, yeah, what? So like, you've seen that movie though, right?
Yeah, Karate Kid.
So you know the
Jaden Smith one.
Yes.
Yeah. So you know like the girl interest that he's in, right?
Okay.
There's a scene where she's like, "Oh, I got to get to my audition," where she plays the violin. That's the song that she's playing.
Oh, what the fuck?
I didn't even remember that,
dude.
I don't know, bro. But as soon as I heard it, I was like, "Oh my god."
Dude, I was listening. I'm like, why does this song look familiar?
Bro, I haven't seen that Karate Kid movie in like since I was a kid.
Yeah.
No, right. I'm right there with you, bro.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. I was like, that's the same song.
Is this?
And
I was like, oh shit.
So I'm assuming the reason why I heard it twice is because it's like a classical violin track.
Probably, yeah.
Gotcha.
I just want to say that. I thought that was fun.
Well, yeah, I had no idea.
Me neither.
And then obviously the blind guy is fucking Ip Man, which
Donnie Yen, bro. Donnie Yen.
Which, if you don't know what Ip Man is, it's a foreign film with starring Donnie Yen.
It's fire, man. And so so obviously he's forced, right? He's forced to take this deal. He's like, hey, you got to hunt down, or else your daughters are raps. And so then that's what's going on at the same time. And then we get into what was the first fight scene that we got, man? Was it at the
Osaka?
Continental?
It was at the Japan Continental when all those people were raiding in with the fucking samurai masks and shit.
That shit was lit, bro.
I like when the girl like took off her robe and showed off her suit. She pulls out a whole ass bow. She's like, "Are you armed?"
Right.
And he just pulls out the little pistol.
Yeah.
Right. I'm assuming you stayed for the end credit, right?
I did.
Okay, cool. Okay, we'll talk about that.
He's hot.
later.
What do you expect?
Well, you never know.
I usually Google if there is one. If there isn't, I did. But because I saw there was one, I was like, okay, I'll stay.
Okay, so yeah, we'll get into that later then. Okay. So let's talk about the because I know we're kind of short on time. Let's talk about the fight scenes, man.
I mean, you're talking 70% of the movie.
Yeah,
But I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I loved all the fight movies.
You know, actually, at one point, Bardo was like, "Damn, this fight scene long as hell."
No, yeah, because I was like, damn, this shit go on for a while. Like they're still fighting.
What was it? The one where he was like with the like what was it like? Where there was artifacts and shit. Like
it was when him and the blind guy first meet each other, or first like come in contact with each other.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The nunchucks.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
damn,
the
this shit going on for a little
Yeah,
while.
dude, he just fucking everyone up, bro.
that shit was hard, man. Especially the blind guy, man.
Dude,
He's
at
killer.
one point when he did like, remember when he was in the kitchen, he does that like fast punch to the hands.
I was like, that's it, man.
That was it, man. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That shit was
fire.
fucking crazy, dude.
And one thing that I do like about like the John Wick series is like, I know I was about to say it's kind of realistic, but like, bro, like the crazy shit that we see is like, what the fuck? But hear me out. What I think is kind of realistic is they have, obviously them having their tuxedos and suits being bulletproof is not realistic, right? But it's realistic the fact that they need them because you're gonna get shot. Typical other movies, like with fight scene and like shooting whatever, usually the main guy never gets shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with John Wick, he always gets shot.
He's always getting hurt.
He's always getting hurt. He's always getting shot, and he always blocking bullets with his jacket and stuff. And I think that's what I really like. Is like it's kind of realistic. Hey, if you're gonna be doing all this crazy shit, you're gonna get shot.
Oh no,
that's just one thing.
I think it's kind of funny that they never forget about that, because in scenes where he takes off his suit or his shirt, like you hear the bullets that were in there come off.
Yeah.
You hear them shake on the ground, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that's a good touch right there too. So yeah, so that fight scene, man, was just, man, it's just lit, man. It's just John Wick,
out of this
man.
world.
I love the setup of that one.
Right,
Like how it started.
dude, it's lit, bro. Okay, so now that we're on the topic of fight scenes, because obviously there's a lot of fight scenes, I want to go around. Like, what was your favorite fight scene?
Bro, I can't pick one.
Well, we'll give you time. Rado, what was your favorite fight scene, man, in that movie? Or like a sequence or whatever. Damn, that's tough, man.
You know what?
I like a few. You could.
I think you know what I loved towards the end in that big roundabout that they were at.
Yes.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was so good.
Car.
Because
That was fire,
first of
man.
all, like it can take place in the shootouts take place in a car, especially when he's like drifting around those circumventions, just like lighting them all up like that.
Bitch.
Yeah. And then on top of that, getting out of the car, fighting everybody, and then you have the environment interact with it, which is like there's cars coming in and out, so like they're just running over people like nothing, because it's like you're in a fucking traffic zone.
Right. And in that scene, my favorite part, I think, in that scene is whenever John Wick would throw one of the people and they'll get hit and they're flying in the air, and John Wick shoots them while they're in the air. He just shoots them like he skeets shooting, and he's like, that shit's funny. That's what I like about John Wick, is like he kind of overdoes it sometimes. Like I know I'm going ahead, but like that staircase fight scene, right, where he's trying to get to the church at the end.
Yeah.
There's this dude that's rolling down, and as he's rolling, John Wick is shooting him. He's like shooting him while he's rolling down.
I mean,
that's funny.
I feel like I really noticed that in this movie, just because in other scenes there's like I feel like there were signs that like he clearly killed them, but he went back and like shot him in the head anyway.
Yeah.
Like they're just
I think
there.
he's always done that, right? Hasn't he always done that?
I guess I know. I'm just saying, like, I guess I've never really paid that much.
Yeah, he's
attention
always
to
done that. Like he just finishes them off, or like overdoes it sometimes.
Yeah, he just like every person at least like 5 bullets each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, bro, one of my favorite fight scenes, even though I think all the fighting is fantastic, one of my favorite was because it's also, and I know y'all caught this, the cinematography trick.
Oh,
where it was that one shot, and it was like
on the ceiling?
From the ceiling.
That was,
and you just see him going around, because he had that like special shotgun with the dragon's breath bullets. Where he would shoot out the fire.
Lit, dude.
And he was just like, you just see it's just everywhere. Like it was like it was all one shot from the ceiling. You follow him everywhere and shit.
That was
dude. So creative, dude. Like it was just great.
Yeah, man. I can't really. I mean, everything was good, man. All the fight scenes and stuff. Even the dude in the when he is fighting that one.
In the nightclub.
The nightclub.
And when the water and everything.
Yeah, that shit was raw as fuck.
I feel like there's a nightclub in every John Wick, bro.
Yeah, there is.
I was like, what the fuck?
With
They use the same music.
Yeah,
they use the same music for every nightclub.
Where the beat just sounds like what?
Yeah, it's for every time they're at a nightclub, it's the same music.
I know it.
It sounds like it. It sounds like the same genre. Like,
I know
like it just sounds like a car revving. It's like it's just the same beat.
I never noticed.
What about you, Mario? Favorite fight scene, bro?
I'm honestly stuck between two. The first one in Osaka, and then the last one you were just talking about with the top down view. Those both ones, I'm just like, yo, this is just
when he pulled
raw.
out the nunchucks, like the way he was like, and then he like at the end he like dangles it around his neck. all smooth. I was like,
Yeah.
bro.
I think
What
that
the
was my
fuck?
favorite fight scene. Not gonna lie.
The one with the
nunchuck one?
nunchucks? Very first
Yeah,
one?
like no, that entire sequence, like from the
Well,
start.
sure, from the
to-
beginning
Yeah,
to
that's
to
what
the
I'm saying,
end.
bro.
Especially because of the blind dude.
Dude.
That
Oh,
shit
yeah.
was just like his style is.
Wasn't he
his
eating-
style was so
he
like
was eating soup,
nonchalant,
right?
and like
Wasn't he eating
yeah.
soup? And he's like, "Are you gonna help
Yeah.
me out?" And he's like,
Yeah, his intro was
he
cheesy.
starts fucking going
Yeah.
Daredevil.
like that entire I think.
And
that
like
might
how
be
they
my
were use
favorite.
the crossbows. Remember
Oh, yeah,
when
the
we
cross-
when John Wick first gets introduced in Osaka and the fight starts there with the daughter.
Yeah.
And it ends with like the daughter like saving John Wick in a way where she shoots the crossbow, gets the guy shot in the leg with the bow.
Oh, yeah,
and
he
then
gets
John Wick
stuck.
finishes him off. I was like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
raw. That was raw as fuck.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
so in that altercation, obviously that first fight scene, it's another continental.
The Osaka Continental.
Yeah.
Right, they get raided because they suspect John Wick is there, right? And you cannot help John Wick type stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's what happens, and we get introduced to the manager there, and also the his daughter, and eventually the manager, which is the father of the girl who like gets that nice suit, right? That we see, she's going crazy.
I think she's the concierge there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He ends up getting murked by the
blind dude.
blind guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
by
dude.
Kane.
By
I was
Kane.
telling
yeah.
Eduardo, it's like he's blind. You got a Kane. What would you call him? Kane.
Fucking man, call him Kane. Just spell it a little
Yeah.
differently though.
Yeah, just call him Kane, bro. He got a Cane. Like
That's
whatever.
that's his actual name in the movie.
No, I know. That's
that's
why.
what he's saying. Is
Oh.
that like just call him Kane?
Just call him Kane because he got a cane and he's blind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're say Raising Canes.
No.
I was like, is this where you're going with this?
No. So he ends up. Kane ends up killing the manager there with like a cool mini fight scene. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, the daughter survives. Lets him. What is that?
I was gonna say that fight scene that you're talking about.
Yeah.
That gave me some Ghost of Tsushima vibes.
Yeah, I know, bro. When
Right.
I was watching that, I was like, bro, I have so much hope for this movie.
For this
now.
for Ghost of Tsushima movie.
I'm just like, yes.
Yeah, bro. That shit was fucking hard, man.
But the blind dude did like he gave the manager and the concierge's daughter multiple outs. He's like
Yeah.
he's like leave now. He's like leave now because I'm gonna fuck you up. And you didn't listen.
Then again, they were friends.
No, yeah, they were
Yeah,
friends.
they
We
knew
should-
each other.
Yeah,
That's like
yeah.
that's why he
Yeah,
was gonna
but
give
he's
him
like-
the.
Yeah, and the daughter obviously get upset, like no, like my father, all this stuff, and she's about to pick up the sword, and he's like, "Don't live." I'm like, "Dang, that's hard, man." He's like, "Hey, don't pick that up, or else I'm gonna murk you too with your daddy."
Yeah.
I
That was
thought,
pretty
dude, I
hard.
was like, "Damn." And so from then on, I was like, okay, she ends up surviving. She was shot, I believe, and she meets up on the train with John Wick. He's like, "Hey, because of you, he killed my father. You better kill him or I will." Typical, right? And then John Wick is like, understood or whatever, and he leaves. And to be honest, I thought that girl was gonna show up more. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, cool. Like she's gonna show up more as like a, because she was raw, bro. The way she was fighting everything, she was raw. I'm like, okay, she's gonna show up more. And we didn't really see her for the rest of the movie until we'll get to it, right? So yeah, so yeah, he ends up dying, and then at that point, we're at I think we already gave the summary. John Wick. Now we get to the point where we find out a way out for John Wick, right?
Yeah.
And that is for him to do like an old type of duel,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
A 1v1,
A
basically.
Yeah, like a 1v1 on Rust.
Yeah.
Radar always on.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we later find out like, hey, like I said, he got the realization. He's like, you know what? Like Winston's right. They're just gonna keep replacing him. Like there's no way out for me. Until who gave the idea about that duel? Was it Winston?
It was
Yeah, it was
Winston.
him, yeah.
Winston, right? Winston said there is
Like you
another
need
way.
to challenge the Marquis,
Right.
By duel. in
And
the
this was
old
like their
ways.
old-fashioned way, like
Yeah.
right?
And
Yeah.
Winston was telling him, it's like, but like you need to be part of a family though. And then, but John Wick's like, I have no family. Like I left, and then he mentions what happened in the third movie, which was he's excommunicado, which means he can't get any help,
Yeah.
and that the family he was a part of, he used his ticket, so it's like he's no longer a part of that. So now he's going back, trying to make amends with the family he left.
Right. And we get that cool like scene where like that's some weird like machinery, bro. They're about to hang him and stuff.
yeah,
That shit was crazy.
yeah.
I was like, oh damn, that's kind of brutal. And so this the family that you mentioned, they're like upset because of what John Wick did, like betrays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And John Wick is like, hey, but we have the same enemy. He's like, no, but there's no way out, blah blah blah. And he mentions a duel. And like, okay, they're like, okay, we're listening. And he essentially gives he gives a gist of like, okay, this was got to go down. But then she says, who was she again? I forgot her name, man.
I forgot her name.
All I know is that she was the daughter of the previous like person in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you find out that it's actually John Wick's adoptive sister.
Oh, shit. Yeah. And so her father was killed by that dude that we got at the nightclub that we mentioned, right? And she says, okay, well, the deal is you could be in our family, whatever, if you kill the motherfucker who killed my father. And that's where we get to that scene, which I thought was pretty cool. And like Eduardo and I, like, I knew that he was kind of wearing a suit, like a fat suit. It was kind of noticeable. He looked plushy, like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially when he threw like a roundhouse kick. I was like, yeah, get the fuck out. He did one of those roundhouse kicks. I'm like, yeah, man, it's noticeable, man. But one thing that we forgot to mention, bro, is from the beginning, we get introduced to a new character, Mr. Nobody. We forgot to mention it.
Which was like kind of pointless, but not. Like, so Mr. I think
He's like
in
a
like
stalker, bro.
I think in like a whole thing, Mr. Nobody is essentially just like he's a seeker. Or was he?
Tracker.
A tracker.
Yeah.
He's a tracker. Which, like, I mean, it's self-explanatory.
Where he just,
But-
where he just tracks
so, like-
the bounties, and he just, whenever it's high enough, he's like, okay, the bounty's high enough, now I'm gonna kill
So
him.
he kept.
Type
So
stuff.
so the whole point that he was introduced was he was following John Wick because the longer that John Wick lives, the higher the bounty goes. So he the first thing he said to him was like, "It's not enough yet. I'll see you soon, though."
Yeah.
And so basically, it's just the entire movie is him like following him around, trying to get money for his head.
Low key, why didn't John Wick kill him there? You know what I mean? He's like, dude, this dude literally just said, your bounty's not high enough for me to kill you. I'll see you later.
I mean,
Me, I would have been like, no, you won't.
we kind of see that with like John Wick a lot though, where it's like if they're not a threat at the time or they're no longer a threat, then he leaves them alone. 'Cause he's like, what's the point?
Like some morals type stuff. Okay. I mean,
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, he's a better man than me. I would have been like, no, you won't, bitch. I would have killed him. I'm like, I'm not taking chances. What do you mean
Yeah,
you coming
for
back?
Yeah,
real.
so I mean, I feel like Mr. Nobody isn't too important to
No,
the
he
story.
was like a supporting.
Yeah, he's
role,
just a
man.
supporting role, and you just
Yeah.
like his whole thing. He just keeps like being brought up because he
But he
wants
was
money.
likable though.
Yeah, he was likable. He
Yeah.
he's just brought up for money on John Wick's head, and that's about it.
Yeah,
that's
and,
all he's
and,
around for.
The Marquis, right? He ends up finding him. He's like, "How do you know where John Wick is at?" Blah blah blah. And he like, makes a deal with him, and it's a deal where like he can't really back out of because like, hey, either you kill John Wick,
Or we kill you.
or we kill you. So like now he's part of the deal. Now him and Kane is after John Wick, while John Wick is, on his way to the duel and like all this other stuff. But yeah, I like the character. I can see what you mean. Like he's kind of like there's no reason. I think he was just. Yeah, I don't think there was a necessity.
It was kind of like he was just more of an excuse of
it.
like to have somebody around that eventually like did help John Wick periodically anytime like he like needed it. Like if he was vulnerable in the fight, then he'd like shoot whoever's fighting him. That's basically it.
If you guys could take over, let me use the restroom real quick.
Okay.
So where y'all left off?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I mean, Mr. Nobody is essentially just it's just a new character that was brought up, but other than that, let's see. So he meets Mr. Nobody after the Osaku in the Osaku Continental, and so Winston gives him the idea, and so he kills his adoptive sister's father's killer. Brings back. He had like these weird like gold grills on him.
Yeah.
And he smiled like, oh, what the fuck is that?
The way I saw the face he made when he was there. He was like like he was like this.
No, yeah, bro, I think it's so funny because like, bro, they made this motherfucker evil, but with asthma.
Yeah, that's true.
That dude was taking out his inhaler every like 5 seconds. Even bro, in the middle of a fight, he was like, he's like, all right, I'm ready.
But low key, bro, John Wick, he was getting his ass beat by him.
Oh no, yeah, he was getting fucked
like
up.
in the beginning of like that fight scene, because obviously they had the little poker scene first, right? And like you know what I'm talking about? Remember the
Yeah,
poker
no,
scene?
yeah, remember.
And then after that, we had that club scene, like in every John Wick movie.
Yeah.
He was getting his fucking ass beat. I'm like, yo, John, what the fuck? Like no offense, but like you lose to a big boy. Like what the fuck? I get he's strong, but like you John Wick, bro. And then he kicks him off from like a high elevation. Remember he
Oh, yeah,
kicks John
yeah,
Wick.
yeah.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck, John? You're getting your ass beat. Like, are you guys gonna lose here? Like, what the fuck? I don't know. What do you guys think about that whole fight scene there? Because low key, I feel like even though that fight scene was good, I feel like that one was like the weakest one out of the whole movie. For me at least.
No, yeah, I think so too.
What do you think, Hav?
I could see it being the weakest because
I'm not saying it's a bad fight scene, but
no,
I'm
it's
saying,
not. It is
yeah.
the weakest because I feel like all the other fight scenes had unique elements to it.
Yeah.
The Osaka one obviously dealt with swords and nunchucks and stuff like that. The one with like the roundabout in Italy, he was driving around a car and he was using the cars to his advantage. Or yeah. And then obviously the one in the stairs was the fucking element of surprise, right? And then the one in the building, he had that fiery shotgun and it was like a top down view.
badass.
Like as far as like adding anything new rather than just I guess waterfalls, right? It was really the only thing. I could agree with that being the weakest, but it was still cool to watch.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Bro, I cringed how the dude died.
Oh,
he fell on his neck. I was like, oh, and like you hear the crack and everything. I'm like, fuck.
There's a lot of death scenes in this movie and the entirety of John Wick where it always makes you go, ooh, what the fuck?
Yeah, because fuck. 'Cause I remember in the last John Wick, in the third one, there was one that was like that'll make you cringe because like it happened really slow too. Like it wasn't even fast.
Really slow.
Where it was, I think it was like more in the beginning of the movie and. John Wick gets a guy in a chokehold and he slowly pushes a knife into a guy's eye and you see it happen. And I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
So and then in this one, but I think in this one the shock factor one for this one was it was interesting. When Mr. Nobody was talking to what's the guy that higher up? What's his title again?
The Marquis.
I know when he was talking to the Marquis, he was like, I want this money, and he was getting like a hot head. And then the Marquis grabs his hand and he sticks a knife right into the middle of his hand, and he's like, and he basically told him along the lines of, look, if you pull out the knife. He's like, if you pull out the knife, I'm gonna kill you. But if you pull your hand away from the knife, then I'll know what kind of man you are, and I'll let you live, and we'll strike a deal. And dude ends up ripping his hand out of it, so he like cuts a whole slice into his hand in order to get his hand free. And I'm like, shit.
That one was brutal. Not gonna lie, bro.
That was a hard watch, but it was again that shock factor.
Yeah. Nah, man, we're just talking about the club fight scene. That's what we were talking about right now. Yeah. So what you think about? We all. Well, I don't know about Everardo, but me and Javi agree. Like out of all the fight scenes, that one felt the weakest. We're not saying it's bad, but out of all of them, it felt the weakest.
Yeah, I could see that.
This was the shortest.
I thought it was funny that like while shots were ringing out and like people running around, people were still dancing and stuff.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah,
and there'll be some times where like I'll be like, Alberto, look, that's you, and he'd miss it. He'd miss it. He'd miss it. He'd be like, no, I didn't see. But it'd be like one of those dudes that are dancing like this.
He's just talking about dudes that like dance all zesty.
Yeah. I'm like, Roddy, look, that's you. He's like, I missed it. I'm like, no, you didn't, bitch.
Hell no. I feel like every dude was dancing like that in there, bro.
So like, there was a point. That's what I noticed too. I'm like, dang, every guy in here is dancing like that. So I didn't say this, but like I was gonna say it to Alvaro. I'm like, Alvaro, bro, just look at any guy that's you, bro. That was fun. That's what I was gonna say, bro. Like, hey, Alvaro, just look at any guy, man.
Man. Take inspiration from them, bro. And do it on me.
But anyways, that fight scene was that fight scene was cool. The guy doing a roundhouse kick type shit. That was crazy. Did you guys talk about his death?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, his neck. Brutal. Okay, so where are we in the story? We know the only way out for John Wick. We are okay.
Well, the dude dies, and the girl that he's killing him for, the girl that he's killing him for, she said, okay, when you're done with him, bring a certificate of death, like show me that you killed him. So what he does is he rips out one of those gold.
He punches his teeth.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he like punches them like 5 times to get that shit loose. Yeah. And then he takes out one of the gold teeth that I mentioned earlier, and he hands it to her, and so that was more than enough to prove.
Yeah.
That he was dead, and so they end up branding each of themselves with a family crest, a family crest that needed to be shown later on that we'll mention.
Or they had to pour vodka on that bitch.
Yeah, man, you know that.
Like imagine, I mean, the
like
Russians
in real life, man, you'd be screaming, but in the movie, they're like,
no, because like these are tough people.
Yeah, but in real life, you crying, you screaming, dude. That's hot as hell. Like, come on. But you know,
it's a straight 3rd-degree burn.
Yeah, dude. Like,
yeah, no, because the family crest was it was metal imprinted outside of a hot pipe or a hot pot that they filled with like basically like essentially melting
like lava.
Eventually lava.
But melting lava.
I was gonna say what was it, like
molten metal.
That's what I want to say. Yes.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So after that, it's official, right? We are after that branding, it makes it official that the old ways or whatever. So then he finally takes on the challenge. They finally meet up. Where in this, who is that? Is that just like another member, dude? The guy that was talking?
Yeah, he's just kind of another member.
Okay. So then so now they're deciding, okay, we're going to do the duel. And then they get to pick, right? Well, the person who's challenged gets to pick first of like what weapons or whatever. And we learn that they flip these cards, and whoever has the highest number like wins it, right? Mm-hmm. And so the first dude, he like decides blades, you know. John Wick's like pistols, and then he ends up winning that. And so we finally get this time and date and like weapons, right? And one twist that was, oh shit, he's a bitch, bro, is he excludes himself from the duel and he puts in Kane.
Yeah, he nominates someone else. Which I mean, Winston. So, Winston and the Marquis, because Winston it has to be. Winston is the one to go propose the idea to the Marquis and to be like, hey, John Wick is challenging you. He's met all the criteria, and he's like, on top of that, a part of this deal, I want my hotel reinstated. I want everything that I had before back to normal. Yeah. And so the whole point, the key detail in that is that since Winston is by John Wick's and that the Marquis puts in the blind guy or nominates the blind guy, they're both still part of that deal. So whoever ends up dying, they die as well. Mm-hmm. So
that shit's tough, man.
So they're putting that line too, which I guess Winston didn't know.
If Javi was dueling, Jav, don't nominate me, bro. I'm out, bro. It's a raps.
You all I got.
Just kill me now. We give up. So, okay, so yeah, Roberto explained it perfectly. So, so now it's up to the point where it takes place sunrise at this location. Now John Wick has to get to that location, you know, at sunrise. But before then, that's when like these people at the Eiffel Tower, right? These chicks are like, oh shit, they raise a bounty, and this radio station is like, hey guys, John Wick is free game until sunrise.
Oh yeah, that's because the Marquis, he was staring at like basically what looked like a map of Paris, and one of his secondhand men came up to me. He's like, hey, this is like a bad idea. Like, I don't know why you did this. And he's like, I got a feeling that John Wick isn't gonna make it on time, because if they didn't make it on time at sunrise at I think what it was like 6 o'clock or 6:30, if they didn't make it on the dot, then they forfeited and basically were going to be killed immediately. So what he does is he raised the bounty from 26 million to 40 million, and that bounty was good until sunrise. So that was going to basically get every hitman possible that like if you see John Wick on site, it's dead as that, it's on site. You kill him,
and it's just the journey of John Wick through Paris trying to get to this location.
Yeah, so it's a race against the clock,
right? With a bunch of hitmen coming at him, and that's where we get that roundabout scene, right? That's where we get that.
Yeah, we get different locations. As when he starts, it's like in the middle of an intersection they're fighting, and every time he gets somewhere new, the lady on the radio station is always updating people on where he is. Yeah. So that way, like basically, he's never let up. Like there's never a time where like they give him a break. So there's that. Go ahead.
No, my bad. I was gonna say like the vibe that lady that everyone was talking about was looking cool. It's like, oh, it seems like the guys in suits in the intersection didn't do their job. John Wick's now over here.
Let's see if somebody could stop him.
Yeah, like the way she like transitioned every fight scene was like, it was a vibe. Like it was cool. It was a nice touch.
Yeah, and she played a different record every time too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah,
it was interesting. Yeah, so then his first stop is that intersection. He deals with the people there, and then the next stop is the roundabout.
Yeah. Mm. Which we already talked about seeing. Or is there any other moments that you guys fuck with during that part?
Not until we get to the stairs.
Okay, so after that it's the stairs, right? It's a long stretch to get to that.
It was like I think it was like 240, 260 steps up.
Yeah, man. It was damn, bro. It's tough, man. And like he can't get a break. Imagine how tired he is, man. You know what I mean?
This dude's gotta be at least at like 10 HP.
Like no armor. Like he's like the way he's fighting and everything, running and stuff, and he has to climb up the stairs. Like damn, bro, he's tired as fuck. So he's climbing up these stairs. Obviously, more goons come on, and we get this cool fight scene of him going up the stairs. That's what I mentioned, where the guy was rolling and he's like still shooting him while rolling.
Yeah,
that shit was funny. So he finally makes it. Maybe what was it, halfway, bro?
No, he makes it all the way to the top.
Oh, all the way?
Yeah, all the way. He gets all the way to the top of these stairs, and then
we see the Marquis secondhand man, which is a reoccurring guy that when his first appearance was at the
Osaka
was the Osaka Continental.
Yeah, he was like a Spanish dude.
And he keeps coming up like as like a sub villain essentially.
Yeah,
like
typical
they're like, this isn't the final boss, but like if you beat him,
a mini boss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're getting there. So as soon as John Wick like gets to that top step, the sub villain, and a bunch of other guys are waiting for him, and he just kicks him down the flight of stairs.
Yeah, dude.
And
that shit was crazy.
Bro, I felt so stressed seeing him tumble all those fucking stairs, bro, because he's right back where he started. No, I was like, get the fuck
but it got
out,
like
bro.
no, it's not even. No, it was dumb.
Like, it got to a point, bro, where, like, because there's like each
landing step is like at least like 8 feet wide.
Yeah, right. Like, it's pretty long, and so even though he continues rolling on that. It's like, bro, come on. It got to the point, bro, where in our theater, people were laughing.
No, my theater where we were all laughing.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah, they were laughing. They're like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Because he just kept going come on, let's be real. He could have stopped.
Yeah.
But he kept going. He just kept rolling down. I'm like, all right, what the fuck? And it got to the point where, like, okay, he was stationary. They fought again, and then once again, he fell again, right? Is that what happened?
Yeah, he fell twice.
He fell twice. So then that's when he went all the way to the bottom. I was like, ain't no way, dude.
Yep.
At that point, I was telling Eduardo, if I was him, I would have gave up, bro. I would have been just sitting there like, dude, are you serious?
Got him, bro.
Yeah. And obviously, that's when Kane pulls up. Kane is like, you got to get up there. How much time we got? 3 minutes. And so then they do that duo thing where they going up the stairs while fighting other people and stuff. And I think another great fight scene. And it gets to the point where they finally meet up with that mini boss, right? Mini boss. They have like a little fighting thing. And honestly, John Wick didn't even kill him. You know, John Wick was actually about to die by this guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This guy was about to kill John Wick. Just like that. And John Wick just staring on the floor like, putting his hand out like typical, like, no.
Yeah.
And Mr. Nobody comes in and snipes his ass with a carbine rifle. I don't fucking know what the fuck that gun is.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he falls down, and then what happens after that? Does John Wick eventually run away from him or something? Or how does he get out of that?
So what happened with that is, with the sub villain, he's about to kill John Wick, but then Kane comes up and points a gun at the sub villain, the sub villain's like, you can't kill me, and he's like, and Kane's like, damn, you're right, and he just starts beating his ass, and then like they finally beat him down. And he's down on the ground. He's not dead, but he's down on the ground. He's like, and it's funny because Kane's like, but I could hit you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So basically they kind of defeat him, quote unquote, at that point. They're walking up the steps, but then the sub villain is crawling, reaching for the gun. And I guess what we didn't mention earlier is that nobody has a dog. He has like a dog companion with him, which is like kind of like how Halle Berry's character in the second one also had 2 dogs.
Yes.
And was able to fight. And the dog was able to fight. And the reason why nobody is now helping John Wick is because right before then, that same dude was gonna kill his dog. Well, sorry, Nobody and John Wick were fighting, and John Wick had a chance to shoot Nobody, but at the same time, the sub villain was gonna kill his dog, and his dog means everything to him. So instead, he shoots the sub villain off some stairs, so that way he saves his dog. And so that basically gave like I owe this guy now.
Right, it's like, he could have killed me, but instead he saved my dog.
Yeah, which
he's a better man than me. I would have killed him and the dog. Fuck out of here, bro. I'm not. I'm John Wick, bitch. I'm not trusting nobody. Yo, imagine John Wick with wanted powers. Twisting the bullets and shit. That's crazy. Hey man, wanted is crazy. But anyways,
so then he's reaching for the gun, and you just hear like the dog growling.
And you
hear, and so it was kind of funny because nobody would just like say kill or attack, or he'd say nuts, and then and then the dog would go after the villain's nuts.
Yeah.
So he did that, and then basically like the dog just tearing him up, and then that's when basically nobody just like
pulls up and shoots him,
puts him in, like kills him.
Shoots him in the head, bro.
Yeah.
And then he walks away, but then the dog before the dog goes away, takes a piss on him. That shit was funny.
Yeah, that shit was So they finally get to the top. They finally make it. They make it to the dueling station.
Right on time. Right at sunset.
On time. Yeah. Right on time. And with nobody. He's just there.
The show. I thought that was so funny because like you see him like just like when they're showing them coming up, you just see nobody just coming up too, like for no reason.
I guess they waited.
Yeah.
They said, "All right, nobody, come on, let's just wait." Right? But even throughout the duel, nobody's just there. He's like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
Why are you there? Like,
that's his role throughout the movie. He's just
I'm a nobody. Like,
I'm a nobody.
Okay.
Okay. To be fair, throughout the movie, there's been times where nobody wanted to save John Wick for himself, so like he would save John Wick in like certain situations.
Yeah, because again, he's trying to keep him alive to get the bounty up.
Exactly right. But either way, like I kind of agree with Eduardo. He kind of was not really necessary for this movie. It's just like okay. But yeah, he was there, right there, front row seat next to the duel, like drinking beer and stuff with his dog. He's all right. Let's see what's going down. So we finally get that duel, and it's a classic duel, Western style. Take a couple paces, and except it's not the. Actually, no, it is traditional. I'm thinking of the one where like you turn around and then shoot, but no, it's like another traditional like Western type thing where you're standoff essentially.
Yeah,
with these musket guns.
They're just old fat. They're just like really old
single
old
shot
pistols.
Guns. Yeah,
right. Yeah, single shot. There you. Yeah.
With John Wick and Kane, obviously, right? And so obviously one of the high tables members, he's like fire, and they do that typical thing. Sure, they hit each other maybe in the shoulder or whatnot. They get closer until one of them dies. They're finally really close, and it gets to the point where they shoot, where the table guy says fire, and we see them. I mean, it looks like they fired, right? All we see is John Wick hit the floor, bro.
Yeah, Kane fires, and then John Wick hits the floor.
Yeah, I was like, no. I was pissed, bro. Like, no. My boy John Wick.
Yep.
And so after that, it appears that John Wick's been shot. But one thing I noticed too is it appears that he's been shot, but like, I mean, actually, was he shot?
Yeah.
Because when he was crawling, like, I tried looking where. I'm like, where? Because like, I saw it in his shoulder, but like, that's already was there. I saw it here, and that was already there. So I was kind of looking around, like, where did he get shot? But I don't know.
He got shot in his abdomen.
Oh, maybe I couldn't see it because he was like this.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I didn't see it. I was like, I don't know. Maybe I wasn't paying. I was just like, where the fuck did he get shot? But it makes sense. He was crawling like that. And so after that, you're like, no, what the fuck? The Marquis, he's like, give me that gun. And he wants to end up finishing the job. He takes a single shot from Kane, goes up to John Wick, and he's about to shoot him. But before that, Winston is like, you arrogant asshole.
Yeah.
Some shit. And then the Marquis is like, what the fuck? He's like, he never even shot. And that's when John Wick pulls up the single shot, shoots him in the fucking head.
But before Kane gave up his gun to him, he's like, am I done? He's like, are me and my daughter free? And he's like, yup, you guys are free to go. And he's like,
oh yeah.
And he's like, all right, cool. And he gave him the gun. And then that's when the whole thing happened.
Oh, I didn't catch that. That's like a plot hole. Not plot hole. Sorry. Like a little fuck, I don't know the fuck.
It's just like a switcheroo type deal, you know?
Like
they played him.
Shit, that's the reason why he asked that.
Yeah,
and
like they played him.
Fuck. Yeah, and technically by the rules, he did say I'm free.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
type stuff.
Yeah, and then because it's like,
yes, dude, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, since both people are supposed to shoot, Kane shoots John Wick, but John Wick never shot back. So he gets in the way and he shoots the Marquis in the head.
Yeah, shoots his ass in the head.
He goes, consequences.
Yep.
And just shoots him.
Okay, before we get it further, one thing I want to mention is the way John Wick speaks is funny, man.
That's just Keanu.
Yeah.
Actually, the way he speaks is just funny, man. Like he's like,
I'm going to need a gun.
Yeah, like where are you? Like it sounds like he's special ed. I'm gonna just be like, that's what like it sounds like, on some crazy, like, he's that's what it sounds like, man. That's the way he be speaking.
I'm not behind that in the slightest.
I mean, that's how he's speaking, man. He's just like, yo,
I'm going.
I would have just thought that he's like
a speech impediment.
I would have just thought that he enunciates and just speaks slowly. That's it.
Well, to me, it sounds like he had like a speech impediment. Like he doesn't even speak a lot. Like it's just.
I'm with the writer. It was more so like, okay, I guess that's just how he talks. But I wouldn't say special.
Well, I mean, I meant like he had some type of like speaking disability.
I know what you meant.
Like that's how. I mean, when I was watching John Wick, that's how I took it. I'm like, oh, he probably has like a speaking disability. I'm like, all right, cool. That's why I never really thought of it and stuff. Like, I'm like, all right, cool. That's how he talks. But if you really piece it together, I mean. He does kind of talk strangely, you know what I mean? So that's what I mean. I guess you guys didn't think that. When I was watching John Wick from the first, that's what I thought. I'm like, oh, like maybe he just has like a speech impediment. Like he's.
I honestly saw.
I'm like, interesting. All right.
I didn't see anything.
No.
Honestly.
Mario, did you?
No, I just thought that.
But y'all really thought the way he spoke was normal?
I just thought it was the way he was written.
I thought that was the way that he was acting in the movie.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't talk that way like when he does in real life.
I mean, like if you really see it, like
Well, that's what I meant.
I mean, if you really see, he doesn't talk that much.
Yeah.
Well, that's why. Well, okay, but see, you see why I think that he doesn't speak that much. Why? Because when he speaks, it sounds whatever. He might have like trouble speaking. That's why I thought of it that way. Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah.
I guess I didn't think about it that deep.
But like, does that make sense? Because he doesn't.
I know, it makes
Because he
sense.
doesn't speak a lot. I'm like, damn, I wonder why John Wick doesn't speak a lot. Then when he does, I'm like, maybe that's why. Maybe he just doesn't have a. Maybe he just doesn't speak. I don't know. Like, what the fuck?
No, bro, because he don't talk. He throw hands. What you mean?
But his fist,
his trigger
Yeah,
pulling
right.
through the
No,
yelling.
but that's
He
just
goes
the-
like this.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
That's just the way I thought of it, man. I thought like, okay, I thought that was even what made it more cool. Like, dang, this dude, like, he said, I don't even need to speak. Like, I don't have to intimidate you with my words.
Basically.
Here's my hands. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's
I guess I took it differently, man. I think I
That's
said
my
look
index
differently.
finger.
I mean, hey, people listening, if you guys maybe thought of that, maybe not. I don't fucking know. Let us know in the comments. So yeah, so the Marquis is dead, right? The other member of the high table was like, you know what, you guys are free. He's like, John Wick, you're free. We're satisfied. And then the other guy is also.
So he's like, you're free, and your daughter is out of harm. Like, you're both free to go.
Yeah, right. And so after that, what happened? Okay,
They just clean it up, and then
what does he ask Winston again? Oh, can you take me home or something?
no. Before that, Kane and John Wick have like a little moment of like, oh, like, you know, we did it, and he's like, and John Wick's like, you owe me one. He's like, because you just fucking shot me and everything. But
Oh yeah.
but yeah, and then basically that Kane ends up leaving, and then John Wick and Winston have a moment, which I kind of figured the ending was gonna go down how it go down because while Winston's talking to John Wick, he's like, wow, we did it actually, and they're like, wow, look at the sunset, like it's really nice, and then John Wick's like, can you take me home? But I don't know if you noticed, but like Winston's eyes start to water, his eyes starts to water,
I did not notice
his eyes are watering, and he's looking at his wound. Because he's like, but that's why he said like, hey, can you take me home? He's like, yeah, of course, but he didn't move.
Oh
He didn't
wow!
follow
I did
him.
not catch that, Aurora.
So he's
Wow.
like, so
so
Winston
his
knew
eyes
he
are
was gonna,
watering, and he looks at this wound like,
yeah, like just like, well, like he's like looking at him, but like he's glancing
Yeah,
down at
gotcha.
it. So Winston knew he was gonna die. Which, sorry, but yeah, so John Wick ends up like going down a few steps to like kind of where he came in from.
Yeah.
He sits down, and then it like flashbacks to him and his wife that we saw from the first one.
Yep.
And he just says her name, and then he leans over and passes away.
John Wick
Damn,
is
man.
dead.
And then we
Shall
see
we-
Winston and King at his grave.
Yep.
Right? Nah, man, he ain't dead.
And they're just like, I never thought
He
I'd see
ain't
the
dead,
day.
Hav.
Hector's in denial, bro.
No, they faked his death, bro. He coming back.
And that's essentially how the movie ends. Is that we see the two plots of both John Wick and his wife together.
Mm-hmm. And it says a loving husband. Remember he said like, I just want a gravestone that says in a loving husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, let me rewind back to the beginning of the movie. Isn't it crazy how they kill Lance Reddick in the movie and then he
that's
dies
right.
in real life?
that's what
Yeah.
X mentioned to me.
So,
Everything that they were talking about in the movie just made it seem like they were talking about the actor and shit. I was just like, damn.
Yeah,
He was like, oh yeah, I was torn. I didn't know what to put on his gravestone. It's like, what did you go with? He's like, I just put friend because he was that most of all. And
yeah, it hit harder, man.
And I was like, fuck, because that dude actually passed away a week ago, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck, Lance Reddick, bro. And I was wondering, I was like, well, if this movie's already, it's gonna be a week till this movie's in theaters. I wonder if they're ever gonna put like a in loving memory of Lance Reddick, or is it too late?
Yeah, right.
Is
That's
it
what
too
I
late
thought
for them
too.
to? And then when the movie opened up for the in memory of Lance Reddick, I was like, damn.
That was the first thing before they
Yeah.
showed anything in the movie.
I was just like, damn, fuck. So, hey man, you know what? Rest in peace, bro. That dude
Yeah.
was a concierge in all the John Wick movies, bro.
Yeah,
Motherfucker.
I just knew him from John Wick and Zavala from Destiny.
He
Yeah.
played
Yeah,
Zavala
that's it.
from
That's
Destiny.
all
He's
I
a
know.
character in Horizon.
I heard
Oh,
that.
okay.
I heard about that too. He was on some show called The Wire, which is like a big HBO show that was from like many years ago. He was the main
okay.
character. I'll check it out. I've heard it's good. But yeah, man, he was a good actor, bro. And I'm gonna miss that guy. Fuck.
And then when Winston said it should have been me, dang, that's crazy.
It should have been.
But yeah. Rest in peace, man. What can you do, man?
And rest in peace, John Wick, bro.
Yeah, rest in peace, John Wick. But seriously, did we ever find out like how'd he pass?
No, they
It's
just
natural causes.
They just keep saying natural
I'll look it
causes.
up right now. See if there's anything.
I mean, natural causes. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
I guess that's. I mean, I'm assuming that's like the most peaceful way to go, right? Because it's just like your body just shuts down. You know what I mean? All right, but lighten the. Oh well, we can't lighten the mood. John Wick dead.
John Wick did.
Damn.
No, it says natural causes.
Natural causes.
Yeah.
How old was he? Wow, he didn't even look
wasn't
old.
even
I think
that
it was
old.
60.
60?
I think. I'll check right now.
16 died from natural causes, man. That's unfortunate, man.
Yeah.
60 is pretty young. That's still pretty young, man.
I feel like you still got like a good like 20 years left in you.
Yeah,
Ah.
for sure.
Off by 1 year, 61.
61. Nah. So yeah, okay. So John Wick. Yeah. So we learned that John Wick is dead. He ain't dead, man.
He's in denial.
I'm not believing
I told
he's
him
dead,
that.
bro.
It's
He
first
died.
aid.
I looked at-
First aid
you told me that at the end of the
Fake
movie,
is dead.
and I looked at Hector. I'm like, Hector, do you know what's the first stage of grieving death? Like denial.
Yeah.
Like, shut up, bro.
Oh no! And then he did that. I'm like, you know, what's second stage anger.
He ain't dead, bro. He's faked his death.
Oh yeah, and then he's like, they're gonna poke his hand out, and he's gonna be livid.
Like a Shazam.
I told him as a joke. I told him that he's gonna bust his hand through the dirt. Pull him himself. He's like, y'all buried me. Like, nah,
Y'all tripping.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Y'all know who I am.
You know how all the bullets ring out. And shit. Taps himself in the chest. All the bullets ring out. You know.
That's
who
funny.
I am.
How you know what's the third stage? Bargaining.
Nah, man. I'm Baba Yaga. You know what I mean? But that's what they call Javi at Empire. Baba Yaga.
Hey, bro.
For people listening, man, Empire is a Chinese buffet. It's one that we always go to. It's Javi's favorite. He's famous over there.
They know his name. They know his order.
They know
Or
his
drink order.
his drink order.
So like,
Mountain Dew, no
that's
ice.
an inside joke right there for you guys.
Yeah.
But
Side story.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
actually went there not too long ago, bro, and they were like, "Oh, Mountain Dew, no ice," and I said no, and they looked at me weird.
No,
Oh, hey.
it's a clone.
You Javi? He's like, yeah.
I was like,
What
"Yeah,
happened?
bro."
Why are you talking? Don't talk like
He's like, what? He's like, what
That
happens
was
to the Mountain Dew?
I was like, no, Diet Pepsi, and they were like,
Interesting.
yeah, like they shook their head, wrote in their notepad,
So
and
you're
walked
drinking
out.
diet, but you still here. Like, interesting. Wait, what's the difference? Just get a fucking Mountain Dew. But anyway, that's the inside joke with that. He's the Baba Yaga. You think if I talk to him and pay him, like, yo, every time Javi comes, just call him the Baba Yaga.
That'd be funny as shit.
Like, Mr. Baba Yaga. You know what I mean? That'd be funny as hell. But anyway, that's a side story. So yeah, that's how it ends, guys. And then there's an end credit scene. We get the end credit scene. And the end credit scene is we get Kane, right? We see Kane, and he's walking up to his daughter, once again, playing that violin.
Mm-hmm.
But while he's, walking up to her, we see someone, like, who's hooded up, getting close to him. And you already know, oh, shit, what the fuck? And we see it's the daughter of the first guy that Kane killed, that, I forgot his name. The manager of the place.
the manager of the
Osaka.
of the Osaka company.
the one that said that the one
Yeah.
that talked to John Wick in the train saying, "If you don't kill him, I will."
Exactly. Yeah, we see her. And to me, I'm like, I was telling Everard, I'm like, dang, bro, and even right now, I was like, I thought we were going to see her more. But then obviously we get the end credit scene, and there she is seeking for revenge. And as she's walking up to him, she busts out a knife, like one of those. Yeah, she busts out a knife, and that's boom. Screen goes black.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it ends.
And that's how it ends. And many questions. Okay, is it gonna be like a spin-off, or is that just how it ends? Or
I would love to see a spinoff
With
his
her?
character.
oh,
Mhm.
with Kane. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
raw.
bro.
Kane is a likable.
I feel like the main reason why I'm interested in Kane is mainly because why he's blind. Is because he mentioned he mentions to nobody, because nobody's like, wow, like they really took your eyesight, huh? And he's like, no, I gave it to them.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
That shit crazy.
what the fuck did he do?
Yeah, that's true. We could see like a Kane spin-off. That'd be pretty cool. He's raw as fuck.
Yeah.
Kane.
Yeah,
Kane
but the only
one,
but
Kane
the only
two.
problem is that the guy who plays Kane, Donnie Yen, is that his name? I think.
Yes.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
he's getting old.
Damn.
So it's like it's hard for him to move like that. I'm surprised he was able to move like
If
that.
Jackie Chan could do it, bro, he could do it.
Nah,
Jackie
dude.
Chan can't do that.
Jackie Chan cannot do that.
Nah, bro, did you see the Foreigner? The last movie he was in?
No, I haven't seen that one.
He was like a main character in that, but he did like almost no stunts. Like he did a few, but like definitely not as much as you would have seen him, because that dude's old.
right.
Yeah, man, it's facts.
So-
That dude. I saw him do an interview with Steve Harvey, like on his show. I'm sure you've seen it. I don't know.
Wait, did Jackie Chan?
Jackie Chan was doing an interview.
Oh.
Like, he was on his show, and they were basically watching like amateur people doing like videos of people doing stunts, and he rates whether the stunts are good or not.
Yeah.
So in that video, like he's wearing the typical all white Skechers shoes that old people be wearing. That's how you know he getting there, bro.
Like the New Balances, or is it Skechers?
Yeah, Skechers.
Yeah, like those, like the all white ones, bro.
Oh,
So yes, you know
You
the
gotta walk
getting
comfy,
old,
man.
bro.
hey man, soon that's
Dude,
gonna be,
isn't he almost 70?
Yeah, dude, he's old.
bro. Soon that's gonna be Jason Statham, bro. Fuck.
Hey, but he good now, bro. That's all that matters.
Jason Statham was like what, mid-40s?
Yeah, mid.
He good now, but soon, you know what I mean? Soon enough, he's gonna be like that. Man, it's like fuck. Man.
I grew up with him.
Nah, as soon as you get to like late 50s, it's kind of ravs. You just can't move like that no more.
Hey man, we just come on, man. Stop being a bitch.
Well, then again, bro,
But-
isn't Tom Cruise he's 60, bro?
Tom Cruise?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
And
he's
that
doing Mission
motherfucker
Impossible, bro.
doing a all the stunts in Mission Impossible.
Dang, what do you guys say about that?
It's because he's short.
He don't got the same equivalent of joint pain.
He is short though, isn't he?
Facts,
Is
though.
he?
I think he's like
I don't know.
Okay, I might be fucking us up here, but he's either our height or he's 5'5". It's one of those two.
No way.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I had no idea. Never noticed.
Because
But yeah, so
look tall.
okay, so just okay. Y'all think John Wick dead?
Yeah.
Yes.
We've been through like almost 10 years of John Wick. You're like, I think he's dead. Like, bro, there's really nothing else.
This is what I want to
It's
see
been
more.
concluded.
I want to see more of this than fucking Fast. I'm sick of Fast. Like I want to see 10 movies of John Wick.
That's facts. Me too.
But all right, so yeah. Okay, what else I was gonna say? I was gonna say something else. Let me think. Okay, we already said like could there be a spin-off or okay? Do you think there's
Well, we
gonna
are
be
getting
another?
we are getting 2 spin-off shows. Or nah,
2?
We're
Is it
getting
2?
We're getting 2.
Which ones? I know the one with Winston. Was it
Yeah,
Winston?
we're getting the Continental.
And what's the other one?
The other one is called Ballerina.
What is that?
So remember in the third movie when John Wick visits that girl that like had the ballerinas spinning around and dancing on stage and shit? He visits that really old lady.
Yeah.
And at one point there was a shot where the camera lingers on one specific ballerina chick that had like a crazy tattoo on her back.
Oh yeah, I remember this scene.
So because you recently saw the
Yeah, I know
movie,
what
they're
you're
making
talking
a
about.
spin-off movie of that ballerina chick.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and apparently they recasted the actress, so it's not going to be the same girl that we saw
Oh,
in John
wow.
Wick 3. They're casting Ana de Armas.
I don't know what that is.
So
I'll
she's
Google it right now.
she's now recently getting traction because she's been doing a lot of movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Most recently, she was in Blonde, where she played Marilyn Monroe in a
Oh,
biopic
okay.
movie about her life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she was also in some other movie. I forget
Yeah.
what, but like that girl.
It makes sense.
Let me see.
Her as a ballerina. I
Yeah,
see it.
she's
Oh,
yeah.
no, I don't know her.
No, I seen her and
I
shit.
saw-
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Who
But
that
I
is.
see the
I've
ballerina
seen her.
shit. Yeah, I
So they
see it.
casted her to
He
play
just
her.
looks at her. Yeah, that's a ballerina.
Yeah, no, fact.
I don't see that at all. I'm like, what the fuck? It's just a random chick.
But yeah,
Okay,
so
those are the 2.
we're getting those 2. So
Yeah.
we're getting the one on the content. I heard that the Continental spinoff was going to be a prequel.
Yeah, because it's how Winston came up.
Okay.
Now we got
all right. So that's what. Okay. Cool. So yeah, we're getting that, and we're getting a ballerina. Which
I'm done.
I heard the ballerina movie is going to be a movie, and I think the Continental is going to be a show. Which I, for some reason, have a feeling it's going to go on HBO Max.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I think HBO Max they allow like what
They
Disney
have
doesn't
to
do.
for the type of shit that John would be doing in the movies. It has to.
Yeah,
be.
for sure.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
think that's
HBO
what
is,
it's gonna
like,
go
known
on.
for.
But yeah,
I mean,
we are getting
I'm
spin-offs.
I'm
and
down to
stuff.
see a Kane spinoff and even not Kane, maybe that chick,
The daughter.
the daughter.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll be down
She
for
was
that.
cool. The way she was
Yeah.
fighting,
Hell yeah.
I'm down to see a spinoff with her.
Oh
too.
yeah.
Oh, I guess another fun thing that I recently saw was I guess they like, since they have Keanu Reeves and the guy who plays Morpheus.
Yeah.
And
The King?
I guess in the last movie they did like, or his first appearance when he first meets King.
Yeah.
They did like a little like nod to him where when John Wick is introduced to the King, and he's like, the King says, "Oh, like I know of John Wick, but he doesn't remember me from all that time ago," which is like him supposed to be like, which is like the Matrix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. I thought that was kind of fun too.
I don't know.
Damn, how'd you catch that? You be catching a lot, bro. That's what's up.
That's only because you've seen the Matrix movies.
Yeah,
I've never seen Matrix.
dude.
Any of them.
They're really good movies. Actually, I didn't see the newest one, but I heard it was trash. So I'm kind of scared to watch it.
I heard it was trash.
But the original trilogy, those are really good.
Cool.
Not just with that, he even caught like with Winston, like how he was like teary eyed and he was looking at like he even caught that. I didn't catch that.
I missed that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't catch that either. I was like, holy shit. I gotta rewatch that.
No, that's why. No, as soon as I have it, I'm like, holy shit, he's fucking dead.
Let me ask y'all a question.
I had no idea, man.
Let me ask y'all a question. So recently, the director of John Wick Chapter 4, he said, because he was doing interviews and people were asking him like, "Yo, like, holy shit, like this movie's almost 3 hours. This is the longest John Wick movie ever. Like, why do you think it was that long?" And he's like, "The original cut was almost 4." And I said, "What the fuck?" Apparently, there's a 4-hour cut of John Wick Chapter 4 out there, but they obviously couldn't release it in theaters, so they had to hire a special editor to cut the movie down to be just under 3 hours. But they had to hire a specific person, like a special person who was really skillful at that, so that they knew like what parts to actually cut out and like to make the movie still kind of like flow better and stuff like that. But the dude confirmed, the director said that there is a 4-hour cut of John Wick Chapter 4 that exists. And I'm willing to bet that they're going to release that cut when this movie comes out on Blu-ray, like on DVD and shit like that. My question is, would you guys watch that?
I have to, bro. I gotta see that other hour. I gotta see what happens.
I feel like I have to.
Now,
bro.
granted, and then it'll just be nice because like it's extra content because obviously it wasn't anything super important.
Sure, if they had to cut it out.
Yeah, so I'm sure it'll be cool.
They
To see.
got a better backstory with nobody.
Who knows?
Yeah,
maybe.
Who knows? Maybe all the cutoff part, that, or they show more of the girl.
Yeah, because
See what I mean? Maybe some more of that. But yeah, dude, if they do release that 4-hour cut of John Wick 4, I'm gonna have to watch that shit, bro. That'd be pretty cool.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. We pretty much covered everything. We're gonna let our special guest go ahead. Eduardo, what would you rate this film, man?
Out of 10?
Yeah.
10. I love the movie so much. The movie's so good, dude.
Okay, just for fun, rate the other movies. 1, 2, and 3. Let me guess, they're all 10s?
They're all 10s,
All
man.
right.
It just come together so
That's
well.
crazy.
Mario?
I mean, for this year, bro, I think this might have to be my first 10, bro.
Yeah.
For this year, of all the movies that are coming out, it's probably my first 10.
And what would you rate the other ones?
The first John Wick, I'll probably give an 8. But the second and third one, I'll probably give 9s. But this is a 10.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So for me, bro, the first John Wick movie, I probably would give that like an 8.5, 2. Maybe when I first saw it, I was like, this movie's a 10, right? But now that it's been time and I've rewatched it a few times, try to get the most out of it, I think I might just set it at an 8. Mm-hmm. I would probably give John Wick 2 a 9. I think it was slightly better than the first one, in my opinion. I would give the third one a 10. Mm-hmm. And I would give John Wick 4, which I believe to be, of the 4 movies, the best John Wick movie, because it amplified all the elements to 11. The world building was done much better. The action sequences are amplified hella hard. As a matter of fact, the friends that I went to go see the movie with yesterday, I had told them that I had seen these other movies that I saw a while ago called the Raid movies. Which I'm sure, which you know about them. I'm not sure if these guys know, but basically I was telling them that the fighting in those movies are so fucking top notch. Yeah, they're like super fucking good. It's so good, and like it's literally such good fighting that I felt like it spoiled me. And I feel like now I require all my action movies to have that level of fighting, and I feel like none of the movies I've seen live up to it. So low-key, I was kind of afraid to watch John Wick 4 because I thought maybe I would critique it too much, be like, not as good as The Raid. So I'm like, fuck that, right? But surprisingly, after watching John Wick 4, I think it lived up to my expectations. Surprisingly, I would rank it up there, like the action, the fighting scenes, as good as The Raid. So I would rank John Wick Chapter 4 a 10 out of 10 as well.
Damn, let me see, man.
It's gonna be a 5 for Hector because he died.
Yeah, it's a 4, bro. If I could go through the negatives, it would be a negative score. Man, it's been so long, man, since I've seen the other John Wick's movies. I don't know if I could give an accurate rating. So I don't know if I should rate the other movies because it's been so long. Like I only saw John Wick 3 when it came out, just once, and I thought that was fire. from what I remember. Same with the other movie. That same year, I think I watched the other two, and I thought they were fire. So from what I remember, I think they're all 10s. From what I remember.
Okay.
And I only seen these movies once, right?
Okay.
So take that with a grain of salt. But if I were to rewatch them, obviously that might change and stuff.
Sure.
But for this one that I've seen,
so not like concrete ratings.
yeah, these are for the first 3, they're not concrete just because I seen them once. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
And it was so long ago. But for this one, I'm agree with Hav and you guys, man. Like, it's a 10.
Dang.
This movie's
10s
a 10
across the board.
It's a 10, bro. This
was the
movie's really good. I think
what's-
this. You guys, you're right. And Mario, this is the best movie we've gotten so far.
Of this
this year.
John Wick movie, bro, and of the
And
year
John Wick.
so
And of the
far.
year, yeah.
So far. What? So okay, we all rated it 10s across the board.
Yes. Yeah, we
Has that happened? When was the last time that's happened? I think I know.
everything. Everywhere
Okay,
All
it
at
is,
Once,
right? That's what I felt.
The Batman.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think that might be it.
I think we've all ranked it as 10s.
Across the board, yeah. I think
Yeah,
that might
dude.
be it.
Fuck, bro, this movie's so good.
Everything
Also,
everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, go on.
I'll disagree with you guys and say the third one is the best one.
No.
I think the third one's the best.
Really?
The third one's really good too, though. That the library scene, that was crazy.
The beginning sequence where like it
Yeah.
immediately cuts back to where we just left off in the second one, and just
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put them on the same spot. Both 10/10s. I like them both equally. I'm
Sure.
gonna be honest with you, because not gonna lie, the third one does go fucking hard too.
And like the third one's all about him rekindling his past and trying to and just trying to not make enemies and try to reconnect with other
Right.
people.
And everyone coming after him and shit. Like,
Exactly. And yeah, exactly. We're like we really see like he's like it's where we really see everybody like just coming after him one by one. Where it's like he's just
yeah.
target.
John Wick doesn't miss, man. It's just they're all really great movies.
Yeah.
Like, it's a great franchise. Okay, so yeah, 10 across the boards. Answer your question, I have. Yeah, I think it was Everything Everywhere All at Once and the Batman. And I think, is there any other movies, Mario, do you think, that we gave all 10s out of 10s? All right. So dang, I think this might, I mean, obviously you guys could go back and fact check us, but for now, I believe this is our third movie that we reviewed that's 10s across all boards, even including a guest. Right?
That's true.
So yeah, guys, that's gonna be our spoiler review of John Wick Chapter 4. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for listening. And remember, as always, don't let your pants haunt you, guys. Take care.
Peace.
See ya.